Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call to order this meeting of the Eskridge City Council, January 12th. Oh my gosh, 7 p.m. I saw that. Looks nice. Roll call. Joe.
Here.
Payday.
Here.
Brett.
Here.
Jason.
Here.
Clay.
Here.
All present. I might suggest adding Kirsch up higher in the agenda just so that he can, just in case he gets called out. So maybe after Kramer, but I can't make that motion. That's you guys.
That's not a bad idea.
I'll move.
Second.
Yes. Brett moved to adopt the agenda with that change, and Clay seconded. All in favor? Unanimous. Okay, this time we have the hearing for the 306 West 2nd Avenue.
Where'd he go? He's outside. Go get him.
All right.
Okay. They're here now, Annie. You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead and give us the.
Okay, as you guys seen on we had the resolution about getting cleaned up. Here's the up-to-date pictures. Scott just come in tonight, talked to me. He's gonna be taking a whole lot out tonight, that he can get and work on it. The renters are completely out, right?
Yep.
So now it's all them, so they're gonna start getting it cleaned out. So if it's all right with you guys, can we just give them another 30 days and let them get it out of there?
I mean, we'd have loved to have it out of there sooner. but
Well,
law
I'm-
requires us to wait 30 days after an eviction, and then you gotta send a registered letter, and you gotta put an ad in the
It's-
paper and jump through a couple other hoops to even do anything.
They've had a headache with it, trying to get it moved out. They have courts been involved in everything too. So.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said.
So there's two houses there, and this is the first one, is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
the reason I got to do
They're
was
kind of like progress.
they only owned the 306.
Okay, all right.
So
I
that
wasn't
was
sure.
a
That's the
totally
reason I was asking.
different.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was putting it in her sister, daughter's, family's yard too, to try to keep me from getting on to her.
You have to extend the hearing for this, since it's a hearing. Jeeps,
So do we just extend the hearing to the next meeting?
I think you can do that.
Which would be in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Get a progress update then? Would
That work
be
for you guys?
possible?
Yeah,
And
So,
I'll send you a
I'll move
letter
to
out.
extend the
we
hearing
don't want it there either.
to
No, you
the
don't.
next meeting, which is
126.
January
I-
26th.
These
I'll
guys
second.
have actually worked with me better than the renter has.
Good.
So
And there's a
There's
motion
truck
by,
there with no keys, no title.
Scott told me that he's gonna get it out of there as soon as they get some more of the stuff. You get some of the stuff so you can move it. So that I understand that's gonna can't move it until you get the stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean,
right,
sounds good to me, I don't know about the rest of it.
so we're in agreement. There's a motion by Jason to extend the hearing to January 26th, just to do kind of a progress update, and second by Clay. All in favor?
actually,
I'm sorry.
Oh, I think. it was-
I didn't mean to
okay.
say Clay. I think I
It's not
wrote
Russell over
Clay.
it.
Seconded by Joe.
Joe.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Unanimous.
Thank you.
you're good.
Thanks, guys, for coming
Thank
in.
you guys.
Yes, thank you.
Anybody have any changes or additions to the minutes of?
I read the minutes, move to approval.
I had an addition,
Addition
just a note.
to the 3-page document.
If we're gonna have it all in there, I'd like it all in
Okay,
there.
where at?
There was, I'll give these to you, so. After Brett said, why then did he quit charging the month Terry took office as mayor? I wanted to add that Jason pointed out that this coincided with Mike's purchase of the gas station. And then somewhere in there, I mentioned that these files need to be reviewed because personal check information is unredacted. And I can't remember where, it's a little bit ahead of that, I think. If you guys are okay with that.
Yeah,
Okay,
we just don't have the minutes in the packet.
right.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I just now thought about that. I was like, oh. I sent them to you through an email though.
You
right?
did,
I read them
and
twice.
that's where I
Read
read
them
them.
earlier.
But then when she was wanting where she was wanting
Yeah,
that, I was trying to.
sorry.
But that's okay. No, if it was said, add it. I'll move to approve. Or
I
second.
remember it being said. Mhm.
Okay, so you moved,
Payday already had
you
moved.
moved, you're
No,
second,
yeah.
okay. So motion by Payday to approve the minutes with those additions and seconded by Brett, my brain's dead. Any other discussion? All in favor? Unanimous? Okay. I didn't look at this.
I've got a couple questions on these appropriations. On the Admire now and gas franchise fees, how often is that?
Once a year, at the end of the year.
That's what I was thinking, but I couldn't remember.
Mhm.
And also on the LWID Lake Sewer,
Uh-huh.
is that monthly?
Yes.
Okay,
It's the same amount. As
and that's for the barracks, right?
But I did the wrong price in that.
That's for the barracks.
Is it? I don't know, I just pay it.
The LWID Lake Sewer.
It's this lake sewer,
I
yeah.
think so.
I think so.
You said that's
I think
correct.
I think it's for the barracks.
Yeah, I mean, it's close. It's like, I can tell you right, it's right here. I must have put the after
Is there a pressure
amount.
thing that we're responsible for anywhere else? Or the sewer? I mean, the
Water.
lodge and the barracks are on the same one, I think, aren't they? Or are they on separate ones?
What about the swimming area? Is that one?
On the swimming area, have a
Um,
pressurized sewer system there?
These are the utilities we're responsible for out there. Well, one city hall and there's two.
It sneaks up on you.
Yeah, I put after. It's actually 254. Theirs is opposite of ours.
Those aren't all, those aren't all
Ours is,
good ideas.
254.
So it's actually 254 even.
657. North Shore Circle, that would be, barracks, I think so.
There's more than $257 there though.
K-99 highway, that would be the, fire.
Firehouse or the water plant.
Yeah.
The only reason I ask is that it didn't seem like enough for all the ones that I think that's on it
Yeah, it's
And that's-
254 actually.
altogether for all of them.
And that's the same amount every month. It's always 254.
Okay.
Even
Enough.
when
Forget I
people
said that,
have
like
their
people-
water on in the season.
It seemed cheap.
Well,
Like some of them, most of them
We can
close
change
their
the
water.
date.
I don't know, like in Eskridge, it's a flat $30 a month unless you go over a certain amount.
Yeah, we pay.
It's just sewer.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys have any other questions?
No. I
I move to adopt appropriation ordinance number 1539 with the adjustment for the lake sewer total.
Second.
A motion by Jason, second by Clay to adopt ordinance 1539. This is a roll call vote. Joe? Payday,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Clay.
Yes.
All in favor? We are now on public concerns and comments. We wanted to try adding in something new, announcements and events at this time. Before anybody has any comments or concerns, does anybody have any upcoming events locally that they want to share? Yeah, okay. I did get the most recent, I guess there's a core community assessment night going on in Alta Vista that we've been invited to. This would be a council member or myself, January 26th. It's a dinner at 5:30 p.m. if anybody's interested. It says once a year they get together to discuss. Sorry, I just got it. So opening connections between key people in the community and families that attend core. So if anybody's interested, you guys can tell me. I don't think that's a cost to anybody. Also, the Kansas Rural Water Association Conference is going to be March 24th through the 26th. If you're interested, please let me know. Most of us, I think, got a booklet for it. That's a little ways out, so we can think about it. And then the League of Municipalities is sharing about their yearly event, which is the City Leaders Academy, which is Friday, April 17th, which will be in Salina. The water conference is in Wichita. So just as a heads up, think about those. Does anybody in the audience have any comments or concerns at this time?
Me.
Sorry, Marcia.
I just want to know if you guys had come up with any resolution to my complaint from a few weeks ago, because I hadn't heard from anybody.
Oh, that would be on me. We have spoken to the individual who was responsible in Council 10 about his behavior during business hours, and it will be continued to be monitored for future. So if you do have any other issues, please let me know.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else?
I wanted to, there's going to be an Envision Eskridge meeting Thursday, the 15th. I will be attending that. So.
Can everybody hear him?
Oh, sorry. Envision Eskridge meeting will be this Thursday, the 15th at 7 p.m. And I will be attending that.
Where's it at, Joe?
It's at the library.
At 7.
At 7.
Also, we did get a thank you card from Envision Eskridge for the work we did this year, our donation, and then Jason's chili donation. I forgot that one.
It was a lot of fun.
What?
It was a lot of fun.
The chili feed?
Yeah.
It was a great one.
It was.
Any further? Oh, sorry. Mary Jane, go ahead.
Good evening, guys. I'm here to petition for the email back for the campground. When we set up Firefly back in 2023, the part of that was that we send out emails. The emails that are sent out are confirmations to tell you that, hey, you have successfully reserved your campsite. Then they send out another email right beforehand that tells you that you are, what dates you're coming, so on and so forth. These are sent out through that email. So I need that, we need that email back so that we can keep using that email to keep sending those back out to the customers. And then also it's so that we can let them know when they are getting their refund back for their key deposits, or if they are not receiving their deposits back due to whether they have taken off with the key or the lock, or if they have left trash in their area, in their fire pits, or whatever may come about that they do not receive back their deposits. So I am here to petition the council to reinstate.
Is that something that costs in addition to what we pay for? Or?
Apparently it is. Did not know that at the time.
Because every email was.
Yeah, it's $100 a month, but you have a Gmail account that's free out there.
Well, this one is tied to, he said we could keep using this one. We just need to piggyback it somehow.
And I have a manual. You may have one too, but I bet we could figure this out through that manual.
I just need to keep this
Email address.
Right.
email address.
Because see, like I get an email every time.
Yes,
somebody.
you are carbon, you are CC'd, yes.
So
but we
we
also
still
need
have
it
to
to
still
still-
have that email then.
It's, yours is on there just so that you get a notification as well, but they're not getting notifications out there.
Right, to the people written the spots. Is that what you mean?
They're not getting them to the bait shop.
To the big shop
Oh.
email.
They're not getting anything. They have not been notified since you guys shut down that email. They're not getting any emails telling them that they're getting any.
Do you remember the email from before?
Yeah, it's right here. Campground@eskridgeks.com.
Yeah, I remember Lisa mentioning that one, and that is $100 a month. But she also
When I
said
talked
that-
to Chris this morning, Chris said it's only $25 or $26 a month.
Okay.
Because I called him this
Previously,
morning
he had
and
said
asked him
$100.
on that.
And Lisa said that she had set a free Gmail account up. So anyways, that's just a little bit of information for you guys for.
But I'm trying to get the campground one back because it is associated with Firefly. It is linked to Firefly. So that's why I'm trying to get that one back. Because it was originally set up with that one in mind. And I set it up so that as it changed hands with the owners of the bait shop, the businesses, that it would transfer with them. And I had come to the council when we did the Firefly setup to be able to do so. So that's why I'm trying to get that one back, if at all possible. It is not part of the contract in our part, but you guys had set that up at that time. You guys had given permission to allow that email to be set up with that.
So I think the question is, can that, if a Gmail or whatever else, can the linked email be changed?
It can, but it's going to be a lot of work. But if I can link this one back into it through Chris, can I do that?
Maybe we need to get more information.
Without
from
it being,
Chris.
he said we can do it piggybacking, that it's not going to cost.
And Chris is the one that told you this.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we need some more information. I think we understand where you're going with it and the need to make sure you.
If we can, I just
Continuity.
need permission to do so.
Let's, I think we need
He's
to,
coming to the next meeting. So,
let's revisit this then.
okay. That's what
I'll talk to Chris in the meantime and see what the details are. So maybe we could just get it fixed.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
That's what I was talking about.
Thank you.
Notification system.
Well, it sounds more official coming from Eskridge, Kansas dot.
Yeah.
.com.
Is there any other comments or concerns?
So that might go to junk mail.
I don't even know why it was canceled in the
Ben?
first place. Do you?
What?
Do you know why the email was canceled in the first
I didn't know
place?
it was canceled, but I do know when I looked into getting more emails for the maintenance guys, Chris said it was $100 a month.
And I do.
I don't know why
remember
he's
that.
saying
It
25.
was cut off mid-season, so then it created issues. of
I
not
think it
being
was
able
that
to-
transition to Microsoft Office or Outlook that messed us up probably.
Let's get it from him. Yeah.
But yeah, let's figure out the details, see what we can do.
All right, good evening, Mayor and Council. Some new faces on the council. I'd like to introduce my name. Ben Kramer, Kramer Consulting. We've been working with the city for many years now and working on this, on your sewer project currently. So I got some information on it tonight. We have, there's two phases to it. There's a wastewater treatment facility improvements project, and there's a collection system. There's two sides. They were bid separately. The low bid, or the bid for the wastewater treatment facility, is $1,830,382. That was from TriStar Utilities. And then the collection system was $4,267,613.50, and that was from Havens Construction. So the financing that you have is not enough to cover both those projects. So we talked with KDHE, and they are willing to amend their loan, to increase, and they do the intern financing. And then rural development is what would be your buyout loan. So we're working on rural development as well. We're hoping through KDHE that you get some loan forgiveness, and through rural development you do have some grant funds that they've already pledged to you. But then we're hoping for some more, since the costs are a little more than expected. So, sure.
How much of the grant funds are looking at?
So rural development was originally looking at about $606,000. Yeah, 606,000 was what our USDA rural development was thrown in, and so the way
So about 10%.
Yeah, but kind of the way rural development works is they look at the statewide sewer average that other cities pay, and then they try to keep you somewhere in that ballpark. So I think they have more dollars to give to this, but they are limited this year because they just haven't got as many dollars back, or donated to them or designated to them. So that's why maybe we'll go with KDHE. Their SRF loans used to be 20 years for sewers. They're now at 30. They have been talking about 40 years, and so that's kind of a game changer. And if we can get some loan forgiveness from them, it might be better than the rural development side of it.
And what's a projected monthly fee per customer when this is all said and done?
Well, we haven't run those numbers yet. We kind of want to come to the council and see what they want to see if we need to go back to, do a loan amendment. I can work those numbers for you and bring that back to you.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
It's going to be substantial.
It'd be fair, and that's what I say with rural and with KDHE with their loan forgiveness, they're going to try to keep that monthly cost down to the citizens. They're going to try to get you down there with the state average. No guarantee, but that's what they.
So that would be on top of the already $30 a month we pay sewer. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it will be on top.
So could you get those numbers that he asked?
What's that?
Could you get those
Yeah,
numbers to us?
we can get those. The thing is, the wastewater treatment project is under consent order. City's under consent order to get that completed. So I didn't know if we want to go ahead and start moving towards getting that work done and worry about the collection and
I wasn't aware of that. What's the time frame on it?
I don't have the consent order with me.
Approximately 2 years, 3 years.
I think it's somewhere in 2026. Is kind of where we're up
This
at.
year?
I think so.
For completion or initiation?
Well, so with that consent order, they're going to, we're working towards completion, and they'll work with us on those dates. Those dates are in the consent order, but we can amend the consent order as long as we're moving forward.
Showing.
Yeah, which we have been. So I don't think there's anything that they're going to be finding or anything anytime soon or anything like that. So
I have one more question. I'm not doing this to try to stir up crap to prolong this conversation, but what's the deal on the eminent domain clause in that thing you want people to sign?
Well, there's nothing in the easement that talks about eminent domain.
Is that letter we got?
Well, the city can go to eminent domain if they want to, if they feel the need. But all that, what's in that pamphlet you're talking about is what rural development says that the city has to send out with every easement. The actual letter that you get from the city doesn't say eminent domain. It's in that pamphlet. It's a rural development pamphlet that they have to explain your rights, that this is what could happen. I'm not saying it's going to, but it could.
So not getting the easement signed, we can still get that, essentially get that, but it's gonna take longer. And initially you had said that doing that, we would miss our deadline. Is that still true?
So what we looked at is we went back through all the easements, gave the must-have to the city, to the clerk, the must-have easements for that. I think they're getting close on those. The other ones were just to give you more, you don't need them to install the line, but it was to give the city more room to get in there and work on the lines.
Needed for the equipment to get in, basically.
Equipment, if they have to dig up a service line and throw some
Yeah.
dirt there or something like that. But we went through and looked at the must-haves, and I'm not real sure what that number was. I talked to Lisa a couple of days ago, but she really didn't have that number.
When was that must-have list provided to the city?
I'm not real sure, but I'm saying at least 6 months ago. Yeah, I'm saying it would be at least 6 months ago.
Have we seen that,
Of
council?
easements?
Yeah, which signatures we need. I've seen it briefly. We talked about it, but it was, I can't remember when.
Yeah, I can
We
get
just
that
talked about a
information
couple of
for you.
names on it.
if you
I
like.
do know that it has been being worked on for longer than 6 months trying to get
Well,
signatures.
right.
Oh, yeah.
We're trying to.
But the problem was it's set for 9 months with us doing nothing. But you just said there was a list of must-haves that we need and we're getting close. Getting close is not there. So what happens if we don't get there?
Well, then that's probably a question I have to go back to KDHE on and rural development, that if they would let us go ahead and start in the areas where we have easements, while the city does figure out how they're gonna get those easements. That's the only thing I can
But it's
say.
kind of up in the air because it could halt it
Yeah.
or
Absolutely.
put us over the time frame.
Yes.
Can,
I'd say we're
And how
pushing
much,
that.
do you remember how much we've spent to get to this point already without having
You're,
over 300 grand,
yeah, I'm
right?
gonna say you're probably 300 or a little more.
And
Yeah.
it's still not a for sure thing.
Are you
That's a little
talking like we
scary.
have a check on the
That's not what you
appropriations
spend
too?
on easements though. That's
Right.
design. and-
Right,
yeah.
right.
And that includes
To a project that
wastewater,
may or may not.
but that's not all on the collection either.
It
That includes the
needs
wastewater treatment
No.
facility. Those dollars would include the wastewater treatment facility as well.
you can, so you believe we have that list of the must-haves?
Yeah, we do have that. I mean, I know she's got it or had it.
Yeah.
So can
No,
you
Lisa.
provide us an updated, here's what we have on our must-stated list or
I'll-
must-have list, and here's the ones we still need?
I would have to, I'd have to get that information from Lisa, but I absolutely sure can, yeah.
That might be a beneficial thing to know.
One other thing. You spoke to me quite a while back about a lot that we owned and wanted to know where to send the thing. I never did get anything on it.
On the easement?
Yeah, I didn't get anything on that.
Hmm.
So is there any others you missed?
Well, is there sewer running through it?
Behind the alley, I'm assuming. That's why you asked me.
Yeah. You have to know what lot that was or anything, or address?
The address of 109 Vine. I don't know exactly what the lot number is.
That's fine, I'll look at it.
Okay. Might check and see if there's any others that didn't go out.
Yeah.
Could you check 305 South Cedar as well? Thank you.
Mhm. Just let the council know, or the clerk know, or
Yeah.
you got enough? Okay. Yep.
Got a question here.
So if we don't get a letter, we haven't got notice, that means our property's not affected, don't worry about it, right?
We're not the ones that sent them out. I would say that's probably true.
Okay.
But if they.
What if you're really bad about opening your mail? You may have got one and maybe not.
It could be under the car seat, it could be anywhere, yeah. No, but that's something I would notice.
Well, I think that they've, Lisa's been trying to resend ones that she hadn't heard anything from. So look for it again if you're going to get one. Yeah.
So just to reiterate what you brought tonight, we need to decide if we need to go back to KDHE to increase that interim financing.
Yes.
And then the alternative to that is dropping or at least delaying the water collection project.
Sewer collection.
Sewer collection.
Yeah,
Wastewater.
it would probably die. The sewer collection, if you don't go back and get financing, it would probably die unless we try to cut out things that are in the project.
Okay.
So which one are we under the gun on that?
The
Treatment.
yeah.
Okay.
Treatment. So,
Right.
with that said, I've got a letter here that just basically is our recommendation that TriStar Utilities Incorporated submitted a bid into the project, and although the award has been delayed, they will still honor their bid prices. We have worked with TriStar Utilities on past projects and are currently working with them on a wastewater project. We have reviewed their project history and find them to be qualified to perform the work. They have also submitted a certificate in good standing from the Secretary of State. Based on a review, Kramer Consulting LLC recommends awarding the project to TriStar Utilities Incorporated for their total bid of $1,830,382.00, contingent upon approval of KDHE and USDA rural development. So if we want to, continue to move forward on the wastewater treatment, then I'd probably need a motion to go ahead and submit things to KDHE and rural development.
Well, I move we move forward on the wastewater treatment.
Second.
Okay, motion by Payday to move forward on the wastewater treatment facility, seconded by Jason. Any further discussion? All in favor? Unanimous?
I'll circle back with Lisa then, and Becky, maybe you. I don't know if you have any involvement in the easements or not, but
I've really got my feet wet on that.
you hear the pain of it probably.
Yeah.
So I'll circle back with them and see how we're doing, try to keep that moving along. I'll contact Rural Development and KDHE. What do we want to do about the loan amendment to do the entire project? Do you want me to start working on that loan amendment with KDHE and work with Rural Development, or what's your thoughts there?
For the sound things, I don't think we really have a choice.
Right.
We have sewer lines already collapsed. We're kind of under the gun ourselves.
You got some lines have failed here lately?
I don't know about lately, but talking to the guys, we've had issues with lines that
Yes, right.
have gone down.
It's a need, yeah.
So we TV'd several of the lines, just some history for everybody. We did some CCTV work with several lines, and a lot of lines are qualified for what we call aligning it, which is just you put a liner down it and then chemical treats it or steam. There's a couple different methods. There are some that are going to have to be open cut, and then there's some that we hope we can just pipe burst. So the lines are in good shape. We need to get those taken care of now because they're going to fail sooner or later. And once they fail, then we go to more expensive repairs on them. So it's time. So
Do we want to have him go back to KDHE to talk about higher level? Do we need a motion for you?
well, so there's an application to amend that. I don't know that we need a motion as long as I get directed to do that. So I think that's fine.
Okay. Anybody?
Move forward.
It's not
All
gonna
right.
cost money to move forward, more money.
It's interim financing, meaning they're basically covering the cost for us until we find other methods to cover it.
So yeah, it's like if anybody built a house, it's the construction loan of that project, and then rural development comes swooping in and does the end loan. Now we can look at doing the full loan with KDHE, and we can run the numbers. They've got a 30-year loan now, and if they do it, give us some loan forgiveness, we could eliminate rural development and go with KDHE. But it would be a 30-year loan. But we can run the numbers both ways.
It's worth the ask. Absolutely.
Yeah, both ways. Yeah, we will.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep moving forward then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thanks,
Can I
Ben.
have that bid?
It's not really a bid. It is a letter, but you can't have it.
I want that. Thank you.
I can get you a copy of the bid tabs too.
Okay.
For both
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you all.
Okay, Sheriff Kirsch. You're all right.
Rich, Madam Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know me, you know what I do for a living. Got a bad fish, swallow whole. I'll find him for 5, I'll catch him for 10. I value my beard about more than 5,000 bucks to you. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do Quentin and John. Hi, everybody. Hi, thank you for having me. Sorry for the cinematic entry. How can I be of service?
Did you ask him?
impression? Is it okay?
Yeah,
Did I get the Robert
at
shot?
Jason's suggestion, and after
We're
talking
dragging
to
you in
you,
again, basically.
I went and talked to Sheriff Kirsch to see about them doing or basically what they do at Maple Hill, and I'll have to let him explain that to you because in the conversation I had with him, didn't sound like Maple Hill had the code violations, I guess is the best way to put it, that we do. And so he addressed of the urgency for the city and how they would handle it, you know, in terms of how much per area. I'll let him explain that to you.
Permission to stand over here?
Yeah, you're fine wherever you.
So it's great to be back in the city of Eskridge. I started in Muncie County working in Eskridge as an undercover narcotics officer, and we've been, yes, very much so. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This last year, we've been incredibly busy in Eskridge. I think public safety, like everything else, is a team sport. So partnerships are everything. We've got Sergeant Ricky Williams that lives in the community. We're very hyperactive in Eskridge. No one will dispute that. This is what the city deserves. This is what everybody here that lives here deserves. I applaud your efforts, everybody, working as hard as you do. It's a thankless job, as you all know, sincerely. So in Maple Hill, I became the former marshal retired, and he said, "You're the new marshal." And I said, what do you mean? You didn't ask. You just made me the marshal, which was wild. That was 7 years ago. So I fired myself because I couldn't be the chief of police in Maple Hill and the sheriff, which is stupid because it's too much work as it is for one person. That's why I decided to ask the Maple Hill City Council a crazy question if I could hire some help as a part-time force. So the city of Maple Hill, and I'm speaking in capacity as a current Maple, I'm still a deputy with Maple Hill. I still work like 30 hours a month in Maple Hill. I'm the sheriff and I've got 2 jobs, right? So I patrol the city. We have 5 officers, city of Maple Hill. And again, my numbers were wrong. Jason, what was the?
Oh, the cost?
It used to be 33,000.
33, I think, was what we had talked about.
Yeah.
But it was actually like 40 and some change.
I started at 33,000. So for 33,000, the city of Maple Hill got 30 hours of day and night patrol coverage per week. Not per month, not per year, but per week. And the reason we were able to do that is we paid a higher hourly salary because we didn't have to pay for benefits, retirement, dental, healthcare, because everyone that worked for the city of Maple Hill was a full-time law enforcement officer. So it was basically like hiring a full-time cop at a part-time price because we all got health insurance and all the other costs were covered by our full-time jobs. We have a patrol vehicle. We've got a little evidence locker. We've got an ORI, which is long since forgotten what that stands for, but it's basically the social security number for police agency in the state of Kansas. And we pay $25 an hour, 25 or 25.50. Again, I don't know. Because of that, though, is deterrence. Also, more importantly, we enforce city ordinances, which is something that county sheriff's deputies can't do because we're not officers of the court of Maple Hill. So we can patrol here, we can enforce the laws of Kansas, and crime is a 24/7 all-weather endeavor. However, we can't enforce unless it's a burning RV, leaking septic everywhere. We can do something about that as sheriffs. But as sheriffs, I can't tell Mildred to put her 12 cats back in her garage. I just can't do it. I can ask, but it's not enforceable under color of law. So Maple Hill benefits where we have public safety, we have traffic enforcement, we've got ordinance enforcement, including lawns, including You know, if there's a burnt out vehicle in the front lawn, we can send an abatement letter and say you have 30 days, please and thank you. Typically, these matters are resolved by a knock on the door and us just explaining what the city ordinance is and it's in violation. Send out a warning. That 98% of the time, that communication proactively doesn't result in penalty, which is good. So again, I get to meet people too. I get to introduce myself and say hello and walk around, and that's what we do in Maple Hill. I'm not particularly smart, as most of you know. I'm not particularly anything good. I'm obsessed with solutions, and I just couldn't do it by myself. I was the full-time detective for the sheriff's office, work in Maple Hill. I needed help. I got the help I needed. Maple Hill has benefited from it, as well as our WTC cameras up on the street too. So
Did you guys install those cameras?
I was up there on a ladder with no, not at all. We had WTC do it. And is there fiber yet in Eskridge?
Mhm.
Okay. Is there Elon Musk's?
Yes.
Okay.
In parts of it.
In parts. Well, if there's a way to wire it to the internet, cameras work. But again, this is up. Respectfully, it was up to the people of Maple Hill. I think it's always best to have the consent of the people to do anything of substance because government is a team sport. So I wish it was all hugs and high fives. We still have crime in Maple Hill, but it's on paper the safest city in the county. Can't say it's all because of the Maple Hill Police Department. It absolutely is because that's what the people want. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
It's what the people. Sorry. It's what the people wanted, and it's what we provide. And again, to my point, it is a team sport. I'm very passionate about Eskridge because everyone here has been nice to me. Even the people that don't like me sometimes, they've been nice to me. When I was a fake heroin addict living in Don's old apartments, people were kind to me. The city and the people that live here are worth our full measure of devotion. I don't think anyone will get that wrong. We are always here for the city and the people of Eskridge. End of story. So
You had more hair back then.
I had no. Thank you.
Is that 33,000 or 30? Yeah.
Okay,
Is
so
that
what's the
per
current-
week?
It
or month?
was $40,000 a year.
That's
A
a year.
Is
year.
the current budget.
33,000 a
For
year
Maple
for
Hill.
30 hours a week.
But that's after we get a vehicle and after
Yeah.
we get the other stuff.
So for the taxpayers, there is an upfront cost. There is a cost to buy a used KHP vehicle or an older patrol vehicle from one of the many outfitters in the state of Kansas that we do business with every year. Okay, there's a bunch of places where you can buy a very sturdy, totally reliable, and fine, more than adequate, used whatever with most of the stuff, all the cop stuff in it. But for free, because I love Wabunsee County, I am willing to help Don and Jason and the other passionate members of this project to get it stood up. And yeah, it will cost money, but first you need, the people's buy-in. I'm not telling you how to do your job. I'm just saying it's very important. But yes, we're cops. We like Marines. I was a Marine. We like gear. We need gear because we don't want to get shot and die. We want to make sure that we're doing our job safely and effectively. The Lone Ranger mentality of one city marshal, does it work some places? Yeah. Does it work most places? No. It's a team sport. Team sport to spread the workload, spread the effort, and deterrence is a very powerful thing. And in Maple Hill, sorry. Something's going on. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Never ends. We have found that it is very pleasing to the citizens, and I'm sure if there's a complaint, I don't know about it. For real, I don't never heard it. Never heard it. I hire character and I train skill, so I'd be happy to vet prospective police chiefs or city marshals. It's a pretty interchangeable word, and if you build it, they will come. If you put the salary high enough, which is manageable for the city budget, you're able to attract the caliber of individual that will want to work here, because it should be open to any full-time Kansas law enforcement officer, any peace officer in the state of Kansas, Shawnee County, TPD, Osage County, Wabunsee, if we have time, Pot County, it doesn't matter. If you're a full-time certified officer, it should make you eligible for it. We've had a lot of success with this plan, and it works. And we get to do city ordinance violation, including traffic enforcement, including solving everything up to low-grade felony stuff.
Who takes care of the schedule?
That's the cool thing, because I'm sort of a hippie like that. I was like, when the guys work, they work, and we all have a group chat, and we request time and availability on hours. So if I want to work Monday from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., I say, anybody have a problem with this? Or 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on a Tuesday. And there's not enough of us to do all the shifts, and it just works that way. Would it work here? I don't know. It's up to the police chief if you guys decide that you want a police chief. So
How many
You
hours
have to
of?
have a judge and so on to
correct,
protect it.
correct. Does the city still have a judge? Yes, they do. Is
Yeah.
it the city attorney? Yeah.
So what does that equal?
No,
out to?
Alma.
3.5 hours
They
of
come
coverage a
down.
day?
In theory, sometimes we don't patrol for 4 days at a time. Other days we're there 7 days in a row. It kind of depends. We found accidentally that sort of benefits. No one pays more attention to us than the bad guys. They know when we're out and when we're not. So yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I just had a couple of questions. One, if we do this, I know like the sheriff's department has access to websites and online information. That would that cost the city more if they had to get access, or can they access through you guys?
We do dispatching for Alma PD. It's one officer in Alma. We don't charge Alma any money whatsoever. If there's a need for them to temporarily look at our terminal leads online TLO program or something like that, no problem. We'll give them access to it, or anything else. Yeah, not a problem.
And one question I've had that I've been concerned about all along with this, I would love to have police here. But one of the things I noticed, even watching my kids grow up when we moved here, everybody always knows where you guys are.
Mhm.
Like I stay at home all the time and I still know where you are.
Good.
Because people tell me where you are. You know what I mean? And so one cop on duty to me doesn't seem like it's much of a deterrence. And even research will show that. Having two where nobody really knows where the other one is seems to be more helpful. What have you found in that?
You're talking about for city marshal?
Well, for like one person on duty at a time, yeah. If you have a city marshal, somebody's gonna take the time he's off. When he's not working or somebody else is on or whatever.
It's better than the city marshal right now.
Well, exactly, I understand.
100%.
Yeah.
Hey, I got pulled over twice in 1 week.
And you
On Main
deserved it.
Street.
How dare you?
We just walked
I
around
have to.
Eskridge and Ricky flipped his lights on twice in 30
Yeah.
minutes. So I
So-
think you can still get people. I
Yeah.
mean,
I don't know. That's the most
I just
powerful
mean as
thing
far
I
as
can say
deterrence.
typically anyway. I don't know.
Okay.
In my mind, because I'm biased, I think it's good.
And then
I've just
one,
noticed their presence here more lately.
yeah,
So
I have
check it out.
too, and we do appreciate that.
no, I don't know.
One real
Good
quick
try.
question. We already have an ordinance person who's probably cheaper than $25 an hour. I mean, no offense, Sally, but like, why, if she can enforce that because she can go through a court system. What is the benefit to the police being able to do that versus Sally?
Is Sally gonna go at 1 a.m. for a noise ordinance violation? There's some stuff
Well,
that she
but that would
doesn't
also
need to
kind
do.
of cross lines.
You need to deputize Sally.
You know,
Well, I mean,
well, I mean, as far as like basic ordinance
all that means is
stuff.
like, we're not gonna be covered every day.
I would
so
encourage
who's
you
gonna
all
go
to
on
talk
that day?
to anyone that just a random person that lives in the city of Mapleville and ask them how they like the situation. And you'll probably get good feedback because it's been in place for 7 years without interruption. And we're very happy. The citizens are very happy. Is it a perfect solution? No, they don't exist. It's like Bigfoot.
One of the things that you mentioned to me that you would emphasize the needs of the city, and at this point in time, most of our needs are in the ordinance area, and because all of the other violations that are happening in here is above our court system, so to speak. So you'd be handling that through the county. So it would be minor on the types of things that you've done initially that were law enforcement and more emphasis on the ordinance violations. Is
I
that
advised
correct?
Mr. Rush earlier that if I were just a regular ordinance guy, I would go for the the low hanging fruit first, meaning send abatement letters out and concentrate it first. Make sure that the city ordinances are easily accessible on a website, public facing website that's nice and clear and unequivocally clear, so people can look them up and go, oh, look, I can't have 4 RVs. I'm just making stuff up. 4 RVs on my front yard. I can only have 3. So if I have 4, I can put it in the backyard. But go through the houses that need whatever the city. I don't know what the city ordinances are here first, but go for the big stuff too. Because what I found out is when I'm sending out abatement letters, amazingly, the person I send the abatement letter to for the grass being too high, their neighbors start taking notice too, because people talk.
Yeah.
So you were here.
I knew it was.
Well, I
And
think
that's
the
what I
optics.
do.
Yeah, she does that. I
I
mean,
do that.
and then you could go through a court system and
No.
the court can send you out.
Ordinance is fine,
Right.
but to have a presence for police patrol and
Police is
general
different.
police
I'm talking about
services,
ordinance.
sure,
Yeah.
you can do both without the cop.
Ordinance is a bonus.
You can do one without the cop. You can do ordinance with the control enforcement. It's good for animal control too to have a city cop around. So,
And I think the optics, I mean, no offense, Sally, but
Yeah.
if someone pulls up in a police car and they walk up to the door, I mean, that just the optics alone.
it's
you know,
a communicated message.
A little
to
more
the
fear.
community.
I know you can get.
I get
I
phone
hear
calls.
Sally.
I get phone
hear
calls
Sally.
when people see me walking around town. Did you take a picture of my place?
What it signals is an investment in the community to the public. If you've got an Eskridge City Marshal with a beautiful, simple decal on the side, it's very clear to whoever's looking at it that patrol vehicle works for the people of the city of Eskridge. And there it is. And that city police officer, the chief, answers to the Madam Mayor and the city council and the people of Eskridge, as do we. However, it's just nice to have a home team. You know, if you want to make the place safer, so families move here and more businesses invest, that's just the first thing you got to do. This job is one of constant maintenance. I love my job, and my teammates do an amazing job. Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
Sincerely. And we're very proud to serve here in Valencia County and work for the people of Valencia County. End of story. I'm out of campaign right now. I already got elected, and this is how I feel in my heart. So
I was gonna ask you, if you had like a supervisor or a lead hired on, like how many hours per week do you think would be admin, like managing the rest of the team, or
however long it takes to send a text.
okay,
Yeah.
basic.
If you decide to go down this road and do this, which I would encourage, however, just as one dude, if you see anyone sitting here doing admin work, fire them because you're not doing anything, period.
Okay.
Right? Because there should be a full-time officer already senior in years of experience, able to basically take care of themselves, and anyone that you hire should be the same. Like, I was the chief of police in Maple Hill, but I was not any different. I paid more. I worked just as much, if not more, than my coworkers. We take care of our 10-year-old former highway patrol vehicle. I used to wax that thing on the fire station. It was our police station. It was in the fire bay. I had to parallel park it between the fire engines, which gave me a ton of anxiety. But it's ours, and we took pride in it. And it was not a rental car mentality. It was ownership. It was good. It was our city. Yeah. Much love for Eskridge and Maple Hill. But I'm going to be at I'm not speaking out of school here, but Alta Vista is thinking about doing the same thing. And I'm going back to Regale and to explain. Yes, ma'am.
I just have I'm sorry guys, but you said that the requirement would basically they are already working a full-time job, right? I was doing psych for first responders to test risk assessments. And so it concerns me if they're working 40 hours a week somewhere and then they're coming to work another 30.
Would you be available for psychological services?
Yes, and I am licensed. for
Okay,
that.
cool. We can hire you on for that.
They wouldn't be working, that same individual wouldn't be working another 30 hours, Gary. It'd be 4 or 5 individuals working a few hours here and there.
I see. Okay.
So you could take one person and make me into like, what's that thing the kids do in school? The paper men. The paper men.
So you might have 3 or 5.
Yeah.
They would do
yeah.
5 additional
Yeah,
hours.
they may just come in and work
Okay.
you know, say they get off at 8 o'clock in the morning, they come in here and do 2 or 3 hours work.
So my question is how does Maple Hill pay you? Where does that come out in their
Typically
budget?
money.
Well, I mean, they have to budget
No,
you in,
drugs.
so where does it come out of?
There's a public safety
Because
budget.
there's 700 people in Maple Hill to 400 people Hills. So they have half as many.
So instead of 5 here in Eskridge, you can have 3. I would recommend minimum 3, just because it makes life a lot easier. But budget is proportional to the population and the tax base by which you're able to fund it.
That's one of the things that I've been working on that, Brett. I don't know the total answer to it yet. One of the things we have to do is check with the powers to be and see if we have to totally fund that with tax dollars. My first inkling is that we do not, that we can fund it with other dollars besides just tax dollars. And I've been working on some areas and I've come up with some ideas of places that we can get some of that money. Because this city, I'll be real honest with you, this city has a lot of money coming in. And if you make a few adjustments here and there, we can come up with that money. I think, providing it's legal. We've got to check that.
We can bring a lot more in.
There's also a grant from the Attorney General's office, from the Department of Justice, for even part-time, small-time departments like Maple Hill. We have the SRO grant for the Sheriff's Office, just as an example. We couldn't do that without the assistance of the federal government. So there's ways to buy equipment, and the upfront costs, I don't know, I'd have to put it down on paper. It's not that much, but it is an investment back into the community. It doesn't mean cops are going to be breathing down everybody's neck all the time. It just means there's help available. I have the community policing model. I'm an egalitarian. I believe that everybody deserves equal everything. So that deserves protection. And so something goes bump in the middle of the night, we're a long way away. We're coming, but you know, it'd be nice to have like Maple Hill does. I don't know. Sometimes when I'm working for the sheriff's office, 2 a.m, I hear one of my coworkers in Maple Hill doing a traffic stop in Maple Hill, 2 a.m. on a weeknight. It's nice. You know?
Yeah.
So, any further questions?
I don't have any. I think the council's good.
Sorry for talking so long.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time
We
to come
just
in
need
again.
We just need to work on how we're going to handle this. I mean, in terms of dollars.
Yeah.
Sure.
And what we can do and what we can't do.
That sounds like a really good program.
Like I said, I'd encourage you all to speak to anyone in Maple Hill and ask them just general feedback. What do you think? And that therein lies the answer to it. But I remain at your disposal on behalf of the Sheriff's Office. Thank you for having me. Becky, it's very good to see you. Becky was one that was very nice to me, specifically when I was the fake undercover. You know I was undercover.
I know.
No,
Your story was bad.
No.
He said that the military brought him here because Topeka had such a good reputation. VA.
You're so,
Yeah,
Everybody
right.
knows that's
See?
but a silly goose. I maintained my cover, okay? That's how I was buying all the drugs here. You think they were selling me
You
drugs?
wouldn't let me take a picture from that point on. I knew
You got a point there.
it.
Thank you for your service. Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Welcome. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Sure.
See you.
Drive safe. Watch out for deer.
You
Bye,
too.
guys.
You
Bye,
too.
everybody.
Mhm. All right. Sally Davis, you got any more for us?
One thing I gotta bring up is Gary
I'm sorry.
is wanting to get that for the housing.
I think there might,
Was there? Sorry, I wasn't.
yeah,
looking
there
at-
might have been a question.
There might be a question, yeah. One thing I was wondering about, and I've been asked questions about from other people out at the lake, that we've got a camper sitting there
Oh,
and a
yeah.
car sitting there that's been there for many weeks, almost a month and a half. And I said, that's not our problem. Yeah, as a LWID, I said, that's not our problem, that's the city's problem. So just thought I'd bring that up.
They did call the law to do a wellness check on that person. And we have been getting payment. They pay for like 2 weeks at a time.
Okay.
They are able to rent down there through Firefly,
Yeah.
all year round.
Yeah.
on that end of the, on that end of the
On the
campground.
pines.
And then
The-
I don't
the
think they're
pines
causing
and the
any
LS.
trouble, are they?
Well,
Huh?
I don't think they're causing any trouble, are they?
no, and they're not causing any trouble, but people ask me the question, well,
Oh.
now that I have an answer.
That's their answer. Yes, there was a wellness check done. I didn't hear anything back after that. So I'm guessing everything was okay.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing to do too. If you're concerned about somebody staying up there, just say, hey, call the law and I'll go by and check it out. And
Was that you that asked me about that, or was that somebody else?
Somebody else.
Must have been somebody else. I checked it out after who it was ever asked me about it, and Becky said that we're getting payment for it, and that don't seem to be an issue.
So there's no limitations, it could be permanent housing for somebody as long as they just have.
I can't answer that, I don't know.
And then they have to get permission.
Well,
by permission.
Kind of what she's saying, yeah, they are.
it's cheaper than rent. I mean,
It's in there that they have to move every 2 weeks.
But I don't, he's not
But he's
moving.
not moving.
He's just,
It's
he's
been in the
just
same
saying.
place for at least a
It's
month.
in the,
He's not changing
If
lots.
somebody's told him that he had to move.
is that in the rental agreement?
Yeah,
I'm not
you're
familiar
supposed-
with it.
Yeah, you're supposed to move from that spot in 2 weeks.
No.
And I only remember that from not the last year's big contractor, but the one before that, because there was issues with it, and that's what it was. Is you have 2 weeks in that spot, and then you have to move on. You move to another. You just have to move to another one, move wherever.
So
Move
someone
forward,
can't
move back.
lock down the best camping spot out
Correct.
there.
Well, otherwise they're gonna make ruts.
True. But,
I mean, you stay there a period of time.
Anna, you had some, what was the
It's
question?
still a system that you can play to be permanent housing.
Right. And they didn't come in until after like formal year closed out, which I didn't know they were
Does there
paying.
need to be a law, I mean, a rule made that
When Firefly got set up, because it is not set up, that down there has no power, it has no amenities. It is set up that it can be rented down there year round, those lots. So there is an income that comes in through Firefly on those lots down there. The city did not at that time state that those could not be rented. So when it got put in, we set it up that those could be used all year round as an income for the city. So they just need to be asked to move to another spot and they can rent another. For
used
2
year
weeks.
round is different than a person renting 365 days a year.
Well, and I do know that we've had lots of people working on the power lines
Them
and
just
different
living there.
things that have been staying out here, and they have stayed for long periods of time, way like months, some of them. Of course, they have moved around at different times or whatever, but there are instances where people need to be here 6 months. And I mean, I can't tell the future, but I can guarantee you who's ever camping there right now will not be camping there in 2 months, like during the season. Like we've never had an issue like that. We've had
The longest I think we've had was 6.5 months. I mean, it was almost an entire season a couple of years ago.
I do
And
see
it
your
was-
concern how it can be manipulated. We've never had to deal with that situation.
And we did have to have that one move every 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Well, I think that people's concern was more, are they just taking advantage, just park there?
Yeah.
That was the concern. I saw the
They have an
post on
answer.
Lake Wabunsee, and it was questioning whether, I mean, it was very back and forth. They didn't think that people should be there, that the city wasn't doing their job and letting people stay there for free, and who's responsible for that, and yada yada yada. But like Payday said, they've been paying all along, so that's not the
If
case.
they're paying and that can be an answer that we're giving, that's fine.
Which also in the future, Jerry, you could just have those people call City Hall, because Becky could have told them a month ago when the complaint started or whatever that.
but this gives you
exactly
something
what
to talk
being paid
about.
Okay, we're satisfied there. We can move on.
Move on.
Sally.
Okay. The housing authority wants to get a dumpster to put out here in front of their building over here to clean it up. So basically they just need your approval. Carrie can tell you more about what they're gonna get and
Yeah, I'm really not sure the size yet because we're still looking at all of that. But we had thought about putting it in the back towards the alley. And if we do, that's double the work because most of the crap is in the front. So it'd be easier to be able to just shove it into the dumpster. It's not gonna be there very long. I don't expect it to be over there more than a couple weeks max. It'll just have to sit there for a short time. So,
On the parking spaces?
yeah. And it would just make life a lot easier to get things done quicker and be less expensive that way as well.
Which building is it?
It's the one right next to Waz that it's not really a building, it's a lot.
Used to be an old apartment years ago.
Mhm.
Yep.
Used to be the original bank,
The
and
orig-
then they built a new bank, and then it was a store, and then it was a beauty shop, and then it was an apartment, and now it's trashed.
It's been all kinds of different trades.
But in the future, it's not gonna be trash. It's gonna be really cool.
Really nice.
It's just the one with the front.
Facade, yeah.
Yep, the facade,
Privacy
yep.
fence on the front.
And I think there's going to be someone else that wants the dumpster as well. But I just was going to see because I know they had asked.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody else needs a
Approved-
dumpster?
Council approved for a
Good.
trash dumpster to be across the street,
Yeah, right next to the store.
the old soda shop.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know
Old
when they're,
pharmacy.
I don't know when they're doing that though.
There's plenty of other places to park. Not like me.
Well, I
Oh,
was,
yeah.
no, but I'm also thinking maybe we can partner with them and save money.
They got more to fill a dumpster.
Yeah.
This is nice. Usually by weight, so that probably won't save you anything.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem.
I would just try to be conscious of the parking in front of Waz.
Right.
Alright. Okay, one more thing. Payday kind of jogged my memory. Cause everything's on standstill here on the buildings next door to us. Are you guys okay if I go ahead and let Josh move the fence in and block the opening up against the front?
Yes.
That would be nice.
So that way we can have more parking. I mean,
It's okay, yes. Yeah, I do too. I agree.
because the only reason we put it up was when he was gonna continue working, then we're afraid that was gonna fall out. Well, now
It's not gonna fall out.
I know it's not, but there was arguments, Payday. So to be safety and protect the residents of this town, I requested it.
You know,
That was a good idea.
Yeah, I think.
So,
And I think this is a good idea too.
Yeah.
but I want him to at least keep the one in the back and block the entry in the front so the kids can't get back there. So, okay, I will go talk to him about that.
Some of that crap that's laying around out there too. While we do it.
Yeah, right. Thanks to Daryl for
Ask
weeding
him,
it.
please.
Huh?
Ask him, please pick up some of the stuff in the front.
There's a good idea. Say please.
You know, that's not a very good word with me.
Is that it, Sally?
Yeah, that's it. I'm
There's
sorry.
ordinance laws don't say
And
please.
pretty
Huh?
and pretty
I'm kind of in that list right now.
Whenever you're ready, Becky. You got notes galore.
I got some notes on the eligibility tool. I called for insurance. I called the KHAP healthcare plan. And they have Blue Cross Blue Shield. However, he said that we have to wait. I should call him back in September. We have to wait. Our renewal is December 1st, 2026, and so we aren't allowed to apply until then. And he said, if you have a good year, then you could probably get in because they go off, you know, what your rates are and kind of year you've had and the age of your employees also. If you get accepted, then it don't matter the age or how anything. It's just getting in is the hard part. And so I tried to talk to some others about like a different city and why I wasn't able to get a hold of one. The other two hasn't responded yet, but and once I get more information, I'll bring that to you also. So I'm going to contact him again though in September. And
So what's having a good year?
nobody going to the doctor, I guess.
So this is.
He
for
didn't really
employees,
say.
isn't it?
Using
Yeah.
the
Oh,
insurance
okay.
they want.
All right. That's what I was unclear on.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that's,
All right.
right.
Remind me, KAHP.
KAHP.
No high risk employees.
This is
And
your
then
policy.
Payment Association Health Plan. I don't know that.
In other words, they get you.
Yeah, so I even asked because they have in their article the League of Kansas Municipalities that joined them. I said, well, we are members. He said it don't work that way. So, and then as far as the cameras go, in Alma, they use the same as what Sheriff was talking about, the Wamego telecommunications. And they use a combination of those, and then in their city ran buildings, they have the Ring. And they even have an alarm system on those rings. I didn't realize that they had those capabilities.
I didn't know either, actually. We do actually have some Ring cameras. We just haven't got them set up.
I think what's stopping us there is fiber.
Well, yeah, that's a massive difference between us. Yeah.
Well, and that Wamego, I guess that's a landline. I had never heard of them before.
WTC.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones
they're
coming
fiber
down
now.
King Road right now.
It's on the telephone company.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe.
People in Alma love WTC and they're way cheaper than the other option that's available there.
Yeah. So
'Cause they're from
we probably
Wamego.
can't then get them anyways, right?
Can we get that down here?
No.
I didn't think we could.
Paxico,
We
they
did all
use the
those
same.
letters and wrote to have us qualified, and then we qualified, and then the commissioners took us off of it and did North.
Because we hadn't done some of the engineering work to be on fiber. So they just dropped us from that grant.
After they used it.
And I've asked about it again recently, and he said he'd look into it, but I haven't heard anything again. So. Gotta keep working.
So yeah, the WTC is what Alma and Paxico uses. Alvista, I haven't got a response yet, and I can't imagine if they're any different, but I'll keep trying to get a hold of them.
Paxico has WTC as well.
Uh-huh.
They're right there because it's based on
I know,
Omega,
it's
so,
because
like,
of how
it's
far we
just-
are.
And Alma, they have
And nobody wants to
Ring
go through
also.
a rock.
So, have you guys thought about looking into the Elon Musk
Starlink
internet? Yeah.
Did I say the right word?
Yes.
I like to call it the wrong name. For the city, for companies, it's pretty pricey. So I am gonna talk to Chris Culligan about a breakdown on what we have for internet options, because I do not like what we have.
I don't either. Sometimes in the evenings I can't.
Yeah, it's
I can't
You
function.
can get a deal for the whole state.
Well, and we still
well,
need to
and that's
figure out
the other
phone
goal
thing
I
too,
have,
right?
Carrie, but that
Can
would
you
be some
answer the phone
50%
up
left.
there, be on the
Right.
phone up there, and somebody calling her answer.
We
the
don't
phone
have
back
two
here.
lines anymore.
You
We have
know?
one line because the system we had is obsolete.
The phones basically weren't working, and I think you guys just bought a cheap phone for an
Yeah,
interim.
and the telephone company had to come in and just wire just a single line
Yeah.
for us.
I thought Lisa was going to bring us some more options, but I don't think that ever happened.
Well, and Starlink's a little weird because I know that they could get it on that side of right outside town, and we live right here. And when I looked it up, we could pay $700 for when they brought it over to my corner, even though I can see the satellites at night and all of that. But for it to actually work, like in my corner, we could pay $700 to be on the list when it finally happened.
How
And then over
recently
here,
have you
somebody
done
else
that?
could get it. And that, so, I mean, it's very sporadic, and I'm not sure exactly why.
It's not the cost is the same for everybody.
Right. I'm not sure
you pay
why.
that fee, but it's as they come available, basically. Like, and sometimes there is a wait time.
Right.
And it can be short, like 2 weeks, or it can be 6 months to a year. It just really kind of depends on production. I know, like Ukraine, the war in Ukraine actually slowed them down, which is crazy. But yes, that's exactly what's going on.
It's a lot different than your normal.
It is weird, but it is much better. But we do need to look into options because a lot of the stuff's not working right. Phone and internet for the city itself, but for everybody.
Yeah, the reception's super bad. And
Well, and I know twice in the last year, we've called 911, excuse me, using Wi-Fi calling on through Brightspeed, but using my cell phone. And I got sent over to Lyon County before I ever got to Wabunsee County.
Yeah.
Oh,
at
And
my
it's just with
house,
the and it was a 911 situation.
my house goes to Osage, then I go to Waubonsee County.
You know, it's all,
We've got.
it's just bizarre, you know.
Okay.
But I'll keep searching.
Okay.
For
Supposed
alternates.
to know.
Okay.
Although I gotta say our insurance is good. I'm getting ready to go get two. It's only gonna cost me $75. That's good.
Don't use that too much though.
Right?
Becky just became the reason intro.
Stop breaking your teeth, Becky. The next item of business is actually continuing. It's ordinance number 598, the dock fees. These are the same fees that we approved last meeting, but we do have to pass it as an ordinance. So you guys put those numbers in, right? It's 598. You need it.
That's because I have two.
I think.
It is.
Rental lease
That's
or
for
other
the
compensation.
Airbnbs and stuff.
And I'm so sorry, I did not even think about bringing that up. I should have. Is that listed in here or not? Oh no, oh shoot. So one thing I forgot to mention was rental, or sorry, on B.
Yep.
12207B, the fee for like rental properties is higher, and it's sitting currently at $575. We did not adjust that. Oversized. This just says both sides. It doesn't talk about anything else. Where's reserve? Do you guys want to adjust the fee for rental properties or leave that as it is?
No, it needs to be adjusted. I mean, they're making profit off of this. So they absolutely should have to pay more money.
I think we can still.
Thousands of
Jerry
dollars
make
profit.
I keep an eye on those already increased.
What did we increase the other by?
Two.
Percentage wise?
25 cents a month.
2.3%, I think, what Andy figured.
Which is a whopping 25 cents a month.
It was $195.50 and now it's $200 for the regular, and then I cannot remember.
How many of
What
these
oversized 287.
do we have?
Many rental properties that are out there.
There's
that
315
I think-
dogs.
Do you guys limit it to 10?
Yes, it's restricted. There's not that many out there now.
Okay.
7?
Something in that range.
I think so.
There's always more than what meets the eye,
So
though.
we're not talking a significant amount of money by raising that. All we're doing is agitating somebody.
I mean, when we raise the other ones, I don't see a problem necessarily raising this one by the same
No, I don't
percentage.
have a problem with it, but
Just
Well,
the
it's
same.
2.3%.
It was what, $4 a year?
Oh my gosh.
Well, we do have the letters already typed. So you're not even gonna make profit back of all the paper and ink that's gonna be wasted in envelopes. Just putting that out there.
I understand what you're saying.
There'll be an increase of 13.
So,
23.
well, we're already too late to take advantage of it this year anyway, right?
No, we've got these new numbers in those letters.
Right.
We were gonna have you guys sign this and we were gonna send it out tomorrow. They are ready to go.
Okay, then let's do that. If it's gonna waste money, but let's make sure that that doesn't happen next year.
Yeah.
Because when there's an increase, it should be all across the board and nothing should be left out.
I wasn't aware that they charged them different for a rental property. I did not.
I apologize. That was my mistake. I forgot to mention that.
Do you
last
guys
meeting.
remember what the old price was?
For this one?
Yeah.
It's $575 right now.
Yeah, but do you remember what it was?
It was not different.
We
They
didn't
used to
change
just
that
tweak
because
it.
we didn't address it.
How do you guys know? Todd did this, maybe he changed it.
Oh no, this is one we didn't discuss. We just did oversized and then regular docks and structures.
Okay.
This one's a separate fee. I just completely spaced it. So it's not changing basically. That's the old fee. Well, if you guys are happy to leave it as is, then make a motion to
Move to adopt ordinance number 598.
Second.
Okay, motion by Jason to adopt ordinance number 598 and seconded by Payday. All in favor? Unanimous. Okay. So. I'll figure out how many bumps to make. It's different. The previous council had a coma complaint submitted against them for discussing financial information in an executive session for personnel. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to share all that, but I am. So we were not found guilty of that, but they did find that the extension motion was made incorrectly. So they would like this council, current council, to do a training for that. Todd does have a training which he could give us. It's an hour long, regardless of however we do it. I would prefer, I think, if we go through the League of Municipalities for this one. Is this the class that she? Okay, so it does look like we can do a virtual class on February 8th from 10 to 11:30. I don't know if that works for everybody, but if we get signed up, then I think we're meeting the requirements.
Junior page.
10 to 11:30.
10 to 11:30.
I think if you pay for it, you can do it at any time because they.
Okay, and maybe that's what. So she's saying maybe it's not restricted to the time.
And to clarify, that is all members or members of the council at that time?
All current council members.
And the letter is in your folder, Clay. It tells about all that.
It doesn't explain.
That's a Sunday.
Oh, is it? I didn't even look.
February 8th.
He thought the first date he gave me was the 26th, so I didn't actually see this one.
It says the course is taught via webinar, but if you're pre-registered, you receive a copy of the video presentation and the manual.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't necessarily have to do it at that time.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it, just so everybody's aware that that's Super Bowl Sunday.
Cheese ain't playing. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
Well, this lady,
Other
it's no
options,
big deal.
It says the video will be available for registered attendees to watch after the training.
I think you still have to attend the training because it's a requirement.
It says you do not have to attend the live webinar to receive the information and get materials.
Yeah,
Would you have to?
not be allowed on there. All the
This is out here. This is okay.
interesting. It doesn't say one. And there's other dates open for this or no?
It's almost kind of hard to find.
Okay. Well, it's kind of right in the middle of church.
Do you want me to call them tomorrow
Oh, you get that's a $50 value.
and find out for sure
Kansas.
if we can do it, like if you guys can do it like together, like in the evening on a different day?
Yeah.
And if there's any more, then I can send it over, you know.
Yeah. Do you guys want her to find out more information on this or sign it?
We'll get it over with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's sign us up. We'll find out if we have to attend live or we watch it later.
Yeah, I think that makes that.
Date for this training?
Yeah.
2024.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, that does say
It does say
2024.
2024.
We're
Oh my
late.
goodness. Well, I was so excited when I found that one. Because it says in the letter February.
The one he found was 26. That's why I was like, it's strange that it's so early because he said the earliest one he found was the 26th.
I saw that same thing.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna call this number then and see if they get in.
We'll just get in.
because
We've got another meeting between now and then. Just let us know when it actually is, I guess.
Okay. All right. We are on other or continuing council business. I don't have anything listed. So we are ready for mayor and council concerns or comments at this time. I do not have any today. Somebody else.
You got anything? So I have a couple of issues, specifically employee issues that I'd like to bring up. In 2024, we were contacted by an auditing agency, specifically about employee fringe benefits. They told us that we should be taxing our employees for driving a city vehicle home. There was some question about this. So the attorney and Annie both looked up the IRS regulations. Our city employees are covered under a separate section of regulation because they drive emergency vehicles home and they are emergency responders. The problem I have is Lisa is the one who contacted the auditing agency and gave them limited information so that they would contact the council and try and convince us to illegally tax our employees. I say it that way because 10 years ago, Lisa was the clerk when this was discussed the first time. She knew the answer and she lied to us and attempted to get us to illegally tax employees. Fast forward a little bit to 2025. We had a network security breach. Lisa allowed an unvetted individual to have access to a city computer system. Ostensibly, she said it was so that they could check to see if it was updatable to Windows 11. The problem with that is when an unauthorized individual accesses a city computer system, especially under a clerk's login, they have unfettered access to all of our personal and banking information. That's a very serious data breach. Then she directed that individual out to the water plant where they were also given access to the computers out there. More limited access because they asked Jim if the computers were updatable and he stayed on the computer and checked it for them. He reported this incident to our network security administrator, who identified that not only was this a breach of our network security, it was also a breach of his contract. And through his benevolence, he opted not to sue us for more than $40,000 worth of contract fee cancellations. Moving forward, just a couple of months ago, Lisa sat right here at this table and lied to the public and the council when she said that Mike Bone had admitted and signed paperwork saying that he owed $10,000. None of that was true. She outright lied. Her paperwork that she submitted to us does not match the evidence that she submitted to the sheriff's department. None of her records agree with each other. She has lied to us continuously. For those reasons, I move to terminate Lisa Sarnich's employment with the city of Eskridge effective immediately, bar her from future employment, and give her 30 days to return any city property that she knows of back to City Hall.
I think you're ridiculous. I think that you have no proof of any of this, and you haven't brought Lisa in to question her at all. And everybody at this table was in agreement that you now wanted to handle employee situations in executive sessions and not put everybody out on blast. But you're all about to jump on the bandwagon to do the same thing that you were claiming you didn't want to do to the other employees.
That she did to the other employees.
She did nothing to the other employees. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I think it's convenient that you're doing it now as well. I think it's an attack because you didn't like what she has had to say. I think it's accusations that you say. Have you gone through all of that stuff? Have you gone through the minutes? Have you gone through the stuff? I've gone through all of it, so I can stand by what I say.
Mm-hmm.
So have you gone through all of that like me?
Yes.
Every page, every cross-reference to the visa, to the thing that was spent, everything. So you are telling me that there was nothing going on when you argued, and he argued as well, he was given a stipend, right, of $100.
Which we have witnesses for.
Does that stipend include $400? Did he charge the city's $400 a month cell phone bill? And you're saying that we gave him $100 approval. So he's overspent $300 and some dollars. Is that true?
No. Because he also made repayments because the way they had yes, he did.
Okay.
Yes, he did. And we have evidence of that.
Okay. Did he
You have sporadic evidence that the city is missing information
to pay his personal electric bill? Did he have the approval?
We're diverting from the topic.
We're not diverting. We are going. We're making you're putting it all out here. You're trying to say everything Lisa said is not accurate. It is. So all those personal things.
And you're arguing this one case.
No, I'm
you
not
haven't
arguing
answered
one case.
any of the other issues. She lied to us multiple times. She lied to the public.
I think you should.
Times.
I remember all of this going down with the supposed security breach out at Lake Wabansi.
It's not a supposed security breach.
Lisa
It was a
was
legitimate
following
security
direction
breach.
from the mayor to be looking into that.
And he
now
said
that the mayor
in that
has
chair
gone,
that it wasn't his direction, that he just happened to be here that day. Those were his words in that chair in the council. We could look those meeting minutes up if you like.
well, I think you should bring her in and talk to her. You've done it to every single other employee that has done just as nefarious things as you're trying to accuse Lisa to do, but you're willing to sweep it under the rug.
Flipping off a customer is not attempting to commit tax fraud.
Allegedly. I watched it.
Okay.
Everything's allegedly here, but like we damn well know what's going on.
It wasn't alleged. It's all evidenced. She was the clerk when it was discussed previously. She was the one who contacted the auditing company. She was the one who lied to us. She's also the one who sat right there and lied about Mike signing the paperwork. It's a lie. You can't defend that.
I don't remember her saying that he signed the paperwork. She did.
She did.
I remember you and Annie stating that you hadn't even looked at the paperwork, yet you were having opinions on something you hadn't even looked at yet. I do remember that and requesting that in the minutes. I remember a whole slew of things that you guys defended that you hadn't even looked into that later you were like, well, I didn't get that, or I was wanting this information. So you've done that thing. You've said in here, and you have said multiple times and defended tooth and nail, and then in next meetings and prior meetings have literally said on camera so everybody can see that you actually didn't look at the information. So you're going off what you were told and everything else. That's how you were giving a defense. That's not honest. That's exactly what you did. And there's video and minutes to prove exactly what it is. But nobody cares about the black and white truth. People get way more upset with truth and facts than they do with fiction and lies. And that is proven here at this table on a regular basis. The facts and truth, everybody here wants to get way more upset about than the actual what they should be. And that's the way that it is. And this is a personal attack against Lisa. It's much predicted.
I guess the question here is if the facts and truth that you're talking about is a lie. That's the way I'm viewing what your argument's about here. I don't know what do you guys think.
I also do remember something about the city supposed to need to have decals on the vehicles in order to be doing that and to claim the status of not being taxed. That has not been done forever. That was asked by the former mayor. We came to you guys to ask to make sure that we got that done. Got no support to get that done. To this day, it still doesn't have that decal.
It's written in the handbook. It's decal and or custom toolbox or
Doesn't have a custom toolbox and doesn't have a decal. So what I'm saying is like, it's so ludicrous that you want to let all of this stuff and then you want to come and you want to do this. I mean, Annie, come on. You just said we were at the last meeting. You wanted everybody to get along. You didn't want to do that. You want to do that. You agreed to talk about employee stuff. Everybody sat here and you didn't want to talk about Mike or Barry or Jim or Robin or anybody out in an open session because that's personal. That's employee personal stuff. And we need to keep that away from the public. That's what everybody here was in agreement with. And now we're turning around and the next week, you're doing exactly what you all decided you weren't going to do, which is trash an employee without bringing her in and talking to her about it. And that is fact and truth. And whatever you guys want to do, this is all played out for everybody that wants to go back to sleep. I mean, this is so ridiculous. This is what happens here on a regular basis. So I'm just pointing it out. Do what you will do, but wow. Never cease to amaze me. Continue.
Just to be clear, regardless of any discussion we might have in executive session, a decision couldn't be made then, and a motion and whatnot would have to be done in open session regardless. So it's
no matter what discussion is had. I do have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion by Jason to.
Have you guys seen the proof that Jason has put forward?
This is not your
point.
No, that's the point of what I'm saying is I hope everybody goes and do this and watches carefully at who votes and how it votes this way. Because it doesn't matter. We can say it's not true. We can say that it is true. And one way is going to be. But what you guys are all about to do is make a decision, which what Becky just said is you haven't seen it. You're going off of. I'm going to let you all make that decision, but everybody's watching and you have nothing to go on because none of you have seen anything. Nothing. So it would be proper to wait till the next meeting, but we'll see exactly how you guys are going to vote because now we have a nomination and a second and everybody's watching. So let's see how this plays out and tell me later that there's not favoritism and something going on fishy here.
What was your motion? Move to terminate Lisa Barr from future employment. Was there a third?
She has 30 days to return any city property that she knows of back to City Hall. She was the treasurer. She was allowed to have her own records. So if she has any of those records, they are city property and need to be returned to City Hall. You have to look. You're asking the question.
Jason made a motion to move to terminate Lisa, bar her from future employment, and require that she return any city property within 30 days. Payday seconded that motion. Any further discussion at this time? All in favor? 4. All opposed? Opposed?
I see how this is going. Becky, I am so sorry for you. And Robin too.
Any further? Continuing council business?
I move to adjourn.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Unanimous.
I believe so. Yeah, it's public. So let me do that right now, okay? It just takes a sec. Do you have time?
I do, because I
Okay.
usually send my notes out right after the meeting.
Yes, you do. You're really good at that. Would you mind? Yeah. Turn that video off and I'll get that for you.
Okay, thank you.
Make sure you don't.
Oh, I didn't realize that. All right.
Hey, Jason. Jason. Does the new council know about the 2-hour lapse in the video on Sunday that happened when she was?
Okay.
Just for your guys' information, the old city clerk had a video of Lisa coming in on Sunday. The camera's shutting off. And 2 hours later, the camera's coming on and her leaving. I saw the video with the timestamp.
Is our camera off?
So it doesn't matter because what I'm saying is the truth.
Not yet. Getting there. I've had enough fun for the day.
Yep, no problem.
See, congratulations, fellow county employee. That's great news. I'm kind of happy about it. Yeah, good. It's shorter commute. Less deer. Hey, Annie.
Hey.
I saw two this morning.
Huh?
To join you for that training?
Sure.
Because I think we could use it, and if there is a female.
Okay, I will get the information on it and see. I think if you sign up, maybe just one of you can do the video and everything.
I haven't been able to come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have your own copy, I think. And I think
Because I miss her.
Absolutely.
one of these things.
I thought
Did they send
everything
you
was
anything?
already laid out, but I
They
don't
give you
know.
a copy
No,
of these
we're
books?
not a city.
Oh, I guess that makes sense, but yeah,
I don't know.
I will definitely.
But we could use that
Yeah.
training too.
No problem. Understandable.
No,
You gonna stay the night here?
Nice.
Well, it's nice and warm.
This chair's not more comfortable than that damn thing.
He's
I'm
testing
gonna
it.
slide that
You
over.
gotta get here early.
Yeah, it's time to replace these old chairs.
No, mine's
Yeah, you got a newer one.
Oh, I got a new one. No wonder mine's fine.
Step in the right.
Is this your water payday?
Yeah,
Stay hydrated, my friend.
You're not supposed to drink out in plastic bottles.
I know. My wife just got me one of those refillable bottles.
Says it'll make you get old.
It'll make you get old.
That's what I read.
I enjoy being old. So
It's better than working every day.
The
and-
alternative.
That's right.
Better than the alternative. I guess we're not doing that at the moment. Jason,
Tomorrow.
back down.
Probably not.
Probably after all the argument, I decided not to go there too.
He was trying to. That's why he does that.
I hope she hadn't already quit. Ready to go.
Her, thank you, Lisa.
Huh?
What do you mean? Oh, no, I hope not too, but I don't think she did, so we're probably good.
I knew what it is,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you got me next.